Since nearly a year, we publish the weekly POD news report for everyone who uses flying research, and today is the first time we look back what it brought so far, and of course also how the niches developed for our account that we publish every week. First of all, I have to give, of course, a little bit of context about the POD news report. The most important question probably, why did we even start the POD news report? The main reason, of course, is to give more value in your package, and on the other side, you have here with a flying research all the data you need to find new niches. The problem we saw and experienced with some users is and was that they often had problems to set all the data you have here, all the keywords, keyword search volume, whatever, into a context and then convert it, for example, from total number of products, search volume, to a decision in the end. Hey, is this a niche where I can go in? And when I go in, do I have to do a lot of advertising, or can I just sell organically? And this was more or less the main reason why we started the POD news report in the first place, and we want to make it as simple and as easy as possible. So we told ourselves, no fancy stuff, no fancy developing. Everyone who has a research package from Flying gets it every week via email, and everyone has 1 week to download the report, to download the free graphic, and to have access and to work with it. And a few other questions I want to set also into context here is, when did we start the initial report? So on August 11th, 2023, we started with the first beta report. We had in the beginning 4 beta reports that everybody got, so we just saw and got some feedback how it is and what we should change. To be honest, the report itself does not or has not changed too much. Of course, some formats and some layouts we adjusted a little bit, but the main goal or the main layout is more or less since the beginning here. So we have our POD news sections, then we have some sellers, some deleted designs, and then the weekly niche. And how many niches have we had so far? We had 45 till now, and this also means we had 45 reports. Usually we do it weekly. Of course, when it's Christmas or when it is a summer break, we sometimes also take a break from the POD news report for 1, maybe 2 weeks, but you can be sure if the year has 52 weeks, probably 48 of them are with a POD news report, so you get it nearly every week. So you have a lot of niches to try. And the other thing is, of course, when we talk about numbers for the Flying account, how many niches Flying tried, I can't say it exactly because I really would have to check every niche one by one, and to be honest, even if I have now the exact number, or let's say 22, and I write here about 20, it does not change anything in the end, What we do here is we try more or less every second week the niche, based on how much time we have, and also how the niche is, of course. Sometimes we have niches that are very, very small, where you can expect not the daily sales, but they are so small that you definitely can sell organically when someone searches and thinks that your design is the best one. These are usually niches we don't really try because they are so small. We don't want to go into this niche with like 10 or 20 designs when they're just 30 or 40 in total, This is also a little bit stupid because when someone is in a lower tier, he has the Flying POD news report and he goes into that niche. it is possible that we steal the sales, you know, from the person who needs it because he is in maybe tier 25 or tier 100 or whatever. What we often try is when we have also a little bit of bigger niches, you know, where you can say, okay, yeah, when I advertise, I definitely can rank here a little bit better, and it also can push then my organic sales afterwards. These are typically the niches that we try. Of course, there are more sales possible, but yeah, it's such a big niche. We of course always try to find small competition niche, but let's say a little bit of a bigger niche where not 10 designs change everything. These are usually the ones we try, but we don't try advertising in the beginning. We always try to sell organically, and when we have a few organic sales, then we say, okay, yeah, this niche worked out, and then we also try to do advertising if we can push that a little bit. You will also see this in the numbers in a moment, that we did advertising for some niches, but not that hard of advertising. You know, it's really just to see how far it can go. Yeah, and this is more or less the context, so you know what I talk here about, how long, how many niches, and yeah, then I would say let's jump into the most interesting part, into the numbers for the POD news report. And I can already tell you that the value you pay for a whole flying research here is given back multiple times when you just would have done all the niches that are in the POD news report. Usually I want to show you this in the productor where you can see the sales, but I would have to switch between so many terms, and then I would also have to censor so much in the console that it is much easier and much simpler, and also not as chaotic when I simply show you in the notepad. I know it's usually better when you see it directly in the console, so it's also a proof that it is correct, but I hope you still believe us. These are the exact numbers we have currently in our console. So from the niches we tried, I searched for the most successful ones, and also the ones where we know that we uploaded them. These numbers you can see here are probably a little bit higher, so we have a little bit more royalties and also a little bit more sales, also because of the auto translation from Amazon. Sometimes a keyword gets lost when you translate it from English into German, for example. So these numbers are probably a little bit higher. The ad spend is the same because I just we just advertised in the US. So yeah, here I have the absolute numbers, but yeah, these here are a little bit higher, but it won't make the big difference here. So with the POD niches we tried, we had in total $916 in royalties, and these are 280 sales. And for the most successful niches we also started to run advertising, and yeah, this is around 220. So we have nearly a net profit from around $700 after 11 months. And what is probably more important, we have the designs up, we have the niches up, so we could scale, and of course also in the future sales will come, because when we talk about these niches here, I can tell you that of course the niches that we published earlier or last year, let's say like that, are the most successful ones. Of course, they had time to develop, they had time to improve. Also, when we started to advertising, they grew faster and bigger. And of course, the niches we published like the last 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks can't be the best sellers already. So the most successful niche is this one with nearly 100 sales. And you see also here that we started a lot of advertising. This is also a niche we scaled already. Same goes with the second niche where we have around 50 sales, and we also did ads here, and we also scaled designs here. And starting from niche or the third best niche downwards, we do not advertise anything Here we simply collect the royalties and also the sales. Saturnalia is our fourth best niche. I also showed this around 6 months ago in a video. This is this one here where we also published here the royalties and the sales in our POD news report, and of course I also show it in the video. You can watch this video here if you're interested. Here is everything about that Saturnalia niche. And also the next one would be hurling. This is also one we had, I think, quite in the beginning. Also here we had royalties and of course sales already. And also the sixth niche that you can see here, the royalties and also the sales. I don't have here now every niche 7, 8, 9, 10, you know, because I don't have to. I think it does not make a difference when I write here niche 15 and then I write here royalties $3, sales 1. I think this is not the most important one. What you should see here is how it's in general going, and that you also see, of course, we have niches that sell better, but we have not that one niche that is selling from the POD news report and none other is selling. It's quite like you imagine when you see the reports and you see the niches. Of course, one is successful, more successful than the second one, the third one, but I think it's a good trend overall, and it's every niche has its part, you know. I mean, this is what we got in our account from just the niches from the POD report, around half of the niches. So I think you see the value. So the research package, for example, it costs like $20 a month, and I mean, when you see this here, I think it is a payback that should be worth it. We tried here around 10 designs every niche in the beginning, so it's something basically everybody I think can do who has a few hundred slots available, you know. Then you could publish all the niches in the exact same way. And then these are the numbers of the POD news report, and I hope you see the value that also the niches in the report, not just the news, can bring you here. We hope you are a little bit impressed by the numbers, and this POD news report with its news and with the niche of the week is just a little extra you get on top when you work with flying, from bestsellers, seller trends, newest designs, of course, AI research, keywords, trademarks, whatever you need to find your next selling niche. If you have now any questions, then simply put it down in the comments. It would also be great when you can leave a like and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any videos in the future. This is it for today. I'll see you next time. Bye.